The woods are filled with spine-chilling secrets that we are unaware of. From peculiar to shocking, unimaginable to spine-chilling. These trail cameras captured what no one was supposed to see. On December 20th, 2023, a bizarre sight was captured on camera. Figures that looked almost human, but behaved in ways that defied explanation. These strange beings were seen leaping like frogs, their movements erratic and unnatural. From sitting still to synchronized jumps, their actions felt like something out of a fever dream. As quickly as they appeared, they vanished into the night, leaping into the darkness and leaving behind more questions than answers. Forest Hopper. While recording animals on his farm in broad daylight, this farmer captured a strange being that was galloping through the fields.
Oh, what the crap? Is that a guy?
I say galloping, it might as well be hopping. This figure was either really pale and had nothing on top of it, or its skin was visible, which is not something the farmer had ever seen before on his property.
Walking creep?
Dude, that was a skinwalker, what?
Follow him.
I videoed it.
It vanished behind the trees and zooming in on the creature. I can say it might just be someone crossing over on a cart being pulled by animals. What do you think? Creeping figures. Recorded just outside a village in India, few locals were disturbed by entities far beyond their reasoning would allow. The area looks deserted, and these men were trying to keep their distance from whatever was in front of them. And there were a handful of these hunched over, pale, lifeless creatures. As you can see, the locals had protection in order to ward these creepy figures off, but that didn't do the trick. And since that wasn't working, the locals retreated in defeat. Appalachian Watcher. Hiding behind a fallen tree trunk, a creepy creature was caught on camera staring at the person recording. It never comes into full view, but the eyes and colorless visage was enough to convince the cameraman not to go any closer. This creepy encounter also took place at the Appalachian Mountains, which have become a hotspot for supernatural activity. Window Lurker. A horned creature is caught peeking out of a window of an abandoned house. It was looking at these urban explorers in such a way that it was telling them to not come any closer. Although no sound came from it, the eerie stare was enough for any intelligent person that danger was close. And it isn't really horned, but more like two antennas coming out of its head, like a beetle, which makes this the first ever creature caught on tape. What's in its mouth? Trail camera footage from the Blue Ridge Mountains in the Appalachian area captured two unidentified humanoid creatures lurking eerily in the wilderness. One of them was holding something in its mouth, likely prey it had hunted. But when the creatures accidentally turned their faces toward the camera, their otherworldly nature became undeniable. These were no ordinary beings. They were skinwalkers. According to Navajo folklore, skinwalkers are dark spirits that were once human, but transformed into shape-shifting entities capable of taking the form of animals or humans. Don't touch grass. A new viral video has sparked widespread intrigue and a fair bit of fear after capturing something strange and unsettling in someone's backyard. The creature, skinny and eerily out of place, moved in a way that sent chills down spines. Its appearance and behavior were uncannily similar to the legendary chupacabra, the infamous goat-sucker of folklore. The footage shows the creature lurking near the edge of the property. Without scientific analysis, it's impossible to say for sure what the creature is. But this backyard encounter has left viewers thoroughly spooked. Unknown encounter. After noticing some shadows moving outside her home, she used her camera to record an intruder for the police in case it was a robber. But it was someone far worse. The figure isn't initially visible, and then zooms in on it, and a faint figure can be seen moving behind the trees before darting off camera. This figure was tall, but eerily thin. It ran away and hasn't been seen again ever since. Being watched. This is your worst nightmare come to life. On someone's property, a deformed living being was seen stalking the owners. It wasn't entirely visible, but the security cameras placed around the house captured some of its terrifying features. But once it was in the shed, the creature began by breaking apart the wood, and then its glowing eyes. Creepy face was really visible. Without doubt, this was a humanoid, but not an actual human, a skinwalker at best, and disturbed individual at worst. Real rake. Long arms, pale skin, and an unsettling presence. This could only mean one thing: a rake. Captured on a trail cam, the creature moved across a field, turning its head toward the camera. While the person who recorded the footage remains unknown, the video has captivated supernatural enthusiasts worldwide. Barely crawling. This footage was caught by a trail camera just behind a person's backyard in Illinois. This pale creature was struggling to walk properly like it couldn't and use its hind legs, but it was utterly pale. And that is no animal, but a humanoid cryptid called a rake. I was convinced this was one, but I might be wrong. Folklore to life. While walking in the woods, a man stumbled upon a creature that made him freeze in place. With a face resembling a dog, gray skin, and the size of a small bear, it was moving through the area like a predator. He recorded what some believe to be a chupacabra. Known for its legend of draining livestock, the creature has haunted folklore since 1995. And after all these years, was it really caught on camera? Let me know in the comments. Disturbing encounter. While exploring the woods, a group of friends stumbled upon a motionless person lying on the ground.
Alright, she's just sleeping. She's sleeping.
Despite their fear, they moved closer to investigate. The person held an object with peculiar markings, but before they could process what was happening, a pale, creepy creature, resembling a rake, was seen running through the forest on all fours. The friends, too terrified to pursue it, were left wondering if the creature was responsible for the person's fate. No privacy. A man forgot to close his house door, and something sinister crept inside his bedroom. Unaware of the danger, he slept while a distorted rake searched for food or prey. Its limbs were crooked, and its movements were unnerving. The video ends as the creature gets close to the bed, leaving everyone to wonder what happened next. The thought of such an intruder in your home is the stuff of nightmares. Rake lures man. After hearing unsettling noises under a bridge, a man made the mistake of investigating. What he found was a rake, waiting and ready to strike. The creature let out deafening screeches, sending the man into a panic. Realizing the danger, he turned and ran, desperate to escape the horrifying entity. The encounter left him shaken, proving that curiosity can sometimes lead to terrifying consequences. Scary encounter. Eyes that glow and face that haunts. That is the best way I can describe this entity. It was seen in a remote area with dried bushes all around. The explorers caught it hiding in the deep, dried bushes, and its dark face somehow still stood out in the darkness of the night. Its eyes were terrifying because of how unnatural they looked. They had to get out of there fast, and thankfully, they did. Going somewhere? Driving through a forest road late at night, a man's dash cam captured a chilling sight. A humanoid figure crossing the road with unnaturally long arms swinging at its sides. Its sharp, deliberate movement sent shivers down his spine. Suddenly, the footage blacked out, only to return with the creature perched eerily on the car. The encounter feels too terrifying to be real. Time to hunt. A trail camera conveniently managed to capture a humanoid creature resembling a rake coming up from behind a huge boulder. Whatever this actually was came out on all fours with lanky front limbs and bald head, looking around for its prey. But for some reason, the video cuts out, not revealing anything further. Sewer entity. Captured from inside a sewage system, a large alien creature can be seen crawling on all fours, slowly but eerily coming close to the survey camera placed on the wall. It even had a large tail like a reptilian with claws instead of fingers. As it creepily came closer and closer, this thing was also muscular, strong enough to drag anyone or anything away. But I was wrong about two things. First, this was a survey drone, not a fixed camera. And second, this video is definitely fake. Woodland crawler. A woman driving home one night was startled when she spotted something crawling slowly in front of her car near the tall grass of a woodland area. This was her usual route, so the sight of the creature, resembling what many call a crawler, caught her completely off guard. Terrified, she kept her distance, likely deciding to turn around and find another way home. The encounter left her shaken, making her rethink her usual, seemingly safe path. Estranged creature. A homeowner heard weird noises coming from his backyard. So he went out but was disturbed by something behind him on the roof. Then he saw this thing. Not expecting a creepy creature, the man was frightened by its appearance. This thing was almost pale, but its skin color was kinda like ours. But it was entirely hairless. This creature's bizarre body was gut-wrenching to see, because no animal or human can ever look like this. Although the lower half was like a human, its tiny, elongated head was too strange. It looked at the man and then ran away. Right outside. A trail camera captured a chilling sight after being knocked down by an unknown creature. The being had a strange, mismatched face and a body that didn't align with its human-like skin. It moved on all fours, stopping directly in front of the camera to reveal sharp, pointed teeth. The creature's appearance was unsettling. Its skin resembled a human's, but its behavior and features were anything but. The footage has left viewers baffled, like it could be a cryptid, a skinwalker, or something entirely unknown. We at least have the footage as proof. Forest nightmare. It leapt from behind a tree, scaring the explorers with its daunting appearance that would put your worst nightmares to shame. It had 4 limbs, but since its shape shifted immediately after, no one could tell which limb was which. Its face transformed from human to animal, but its body remained the same disturbing form. However, when it was later seen near a home's trail camera, that's when I knew this was 100% fake, and I generated, which has gotten out of hand recently. Abyss stares back. What this trail camera captured is unexplainable. Late at night, sometime around 12 to 1 a.m., a motion-sensitive trail cam lit up. In the dark was some kind of monster that was staring menacingly at this house. It only became visible gradually, as it didn't instantly reveal itself.
I don't know what to do.
But with the camera able to move 180 degrees, the monster's glowing eyes can be seen much better. So, what was this? Could be a bear or a wolf, right? Skinwalker Ranch. If this wasn't caught on camera, no one would have believed it. And I still don't, so let's see. A creature with a twisted body was allegedly caught on Skinwalker Ranch in the peaceful loneliness of the night. If this was a true Skinwalker, then it was haunting. It couldn't walk properly, kept swaying left and right in a motion that was inhuman. What's actually baffling is its lack of care for acknowledging the car behind it. Mexican legend. At the start of 2023, a chilling sight was captured in Mexico. A monstrous figure with a huge head, dressed in an all-white gown. Its movements were anything but natural. It didn't walk like a human or any known creature. The footage showed a strangely distorted being, leaving viewers questioning its origins. The unnatural behavior and eerie appearance of this creature is too far gone to be real. But as always, you decide. Deranged being. Two friends exploring the outskirts of Browning, Montana, encountered something deeply unsettling. A man behaving erratically when they tried to speak to him.
How you doing? Oh?
Thinking he might be a homeless man in need of help, he responded with gibberish, his demeanor growing more alarming by the second. Suddenly, the man dropped to all fours and began crawling toward them with unnatural movements. The friends, realizing the danger, quickly drove away.
What's up, dude?
Narrowly escaping what could have been a horrifying encounter. Trail walking clothes. A man who had set up his trail camera to capture wild animals ended up capturing the creepiest creatures. There were a bunch of fabric-like creatures walking down this unknown area. These creatures looked like a pair of pants that were going downhill on their own. These were easy to spot on the trail camera because of their white color. What these trail creepers were is still unknown, but they have been given the name of Fresno Nightcrawlers. Working out. In a bizarre and unsettling video, a slender giant was spotted doing push-ups at the top of a mountain. The creature's movements were deliberate, almost as if it were preparing for something significant. While the footage is hard to verify, the sheer size and unnatural appearance of the giant left viewers both fascinated and uneasy. The comments on the video ranged from humorous to downright chilling, with many speculating about the creature's intentions. This was my favorite. If you found the comments funny, why not like this video and share it with your friends? Chupayote.
Man says he might have caught the mythical chupacabra.
At the end of last year, a video went viral on social media, with many claiming it showed the legendary chupacabra, a creature known for eating livestock and whose name translates to goatsucker. The animal in the video bared its teeth, looking menacing and terrifying. The footage started when a man from Clovis posted pictures and videos on the neighborhood app Nextdoor, seeking answers about the strange creature that kept returning to prey on his chickens. While some feared it was the infamous chupacabra, experts identified it as a coyote suffering from mange. Mange is caused by parasitic mites that infest the animal, leading to fur loss, infections, and a generally unsightly appearance. While the coyote looked frightening, it was simply hungry and trying to survive. Hidden monster. One of them spotted something hiding in the woods right behind their home. The person recording was the father, and once he noticed it too, he thought it was a human intruder. He was wrong. Zoomed-in version shows a pale, ghost-like creature walking away after being spotted. It was moving slowly, which isn't what a human would have done after being spotted. So who or what was this hidden monster that was caught on camera? Parking lot mystery. After noticing something near his car, this man looked underneath the car only to find nothing. He was surprised, but as the camera came up, something ran across the screen between two cars in a moment so quick, you'd think you were daydreaming. So let's pause the frame, and now we can see it was a small-sized cryptid running away to hide its scary appearance. The dwarf bipedal skin color wasn't unusual, but its head certainly was. What does it even look like? I cannot describe it well. Hangout spoiled. These friends were chilling outside, just mingling when they got jumped by something otherworldly. The guy in the hat first noticed some movement and thought it was an animal, but as this animal was now in close quarters, its pale, tall body identified it to be anything but an animal, or even human. They were either too shocked to properly register what happened, or terrified of seeing the unseen. Seen from above. Being woken up by creepy sounds, a woman in Connecticut found a white, hunched-over night lurker outside her window. The cryptid was careful enough to only lure some people, and from its movement, it's safe to say the creature was trying to get itself a meal. There is something about this visual that I just can't put my finger on. Something about it is so unsettling and real that it makes my skin crawl. What was this thing, and why was it selecting its victims? Sewer creature. A survey snake cam was launched in the Victorian sewers to check for any blockage, but what they found was downright disturbing. An unknown creature peeked from around the corner. With yellow, non-human glowing eyes, it spotted the cam and quickly vanished. I don't know much about it, but whatever it is, it was downright creepy. That's not it, as we have another clip that showcases an unknown life form in a North Carolina sewer. Look how it's throbbing and pulsating continuously, indicating how alive it is. Downright creepy. Talking pixie. The creature was undeniably bizarre, clearly trying to remain hidden from prying eyes. But curiosity got the better of it, and it turned its attention to the person who had stumbled upon it. With a strange, unsettling voice, it attempted to communicate, leaving the human both terrified and intrigued. Later, the eerie being was identified as a wood imp, a mythical creature known for its small, human-like appearance and sinister nature. Wood imps are notorious for their cruelty and greed, making them best avoided at all costs. The man was fortunate to escape, as encounters with these mischievous and dangerous forest dwellers rarely end well. Empty eyes. At first glance, I thought this image of the creature was fake, but it turns out there's video evidence to back it up. The footage starts with a small cryptid sitting at the bottom of a staircase, almost as if it were deep in thought. As the camera focuses on the creature, it becomes clear that the cryptid seemed lost, unable to find its way back. But then, the creature turned its head toward the camera, revealing its eyes, completely blank and glowing like flashlights. The person recording, overwhelmed by fear, ran away before the creature could get any closer. The eerie encounter leaves viewers wondering what this cryptid was and where it came from. Skin-napper. Perhaps the most unusual video you'll ever see. In front of the car, this man picked up a creature from the ground that looked like a young skinwalker, who was struggling to keep itself from the grips of this daring human. The video cuts out just when another comes into frame, so it's possible that it was its father trying to rescue it from the human. It's strange when the tables turn. Run, boy, run. A Texas resident captured a brief but terrifying moment when they heard noises coming from the trees.
Got this thing, I don't know what it is.
Suddenly, something charged at them, and the sheer terror in their voice was palpable. The audio suggests the person was young, making the encounter even more chilling. Whether it was a prank or a real-life rake, The fear in their voice is enough to convince anyone that this was a nightmare come to life. Night Lurker. A chilling video from California showed an unknown creature walking in the distance. The creature was freakishly tall and unlike any animal ever seen before. The homeowner described it as resembling a rake, though some speculated it might be a deformed or hybrid version. The idea of such a creature living nearby is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. Meat's back on menu. A rake was spotted hiding behind bushes late at night, likely on the hunt for prey. The person recording the video was returning home from a late shift when they encountered the eerie creature. The individual managed to escape, just barely. Nightcrawler. While searching for a missing friend, a group stumbled upon the horrifying reason behind their friend's disappearance: a skeletal rake with glowing eyes. Human eyes don't glow, and the sight of the creature sent the group running in terror. Sadly, they never found their friend, leaving the rake's involvement in the disappearance a haunting mystery. Una Bruja. A creepy video was uploaded back in 2020 that showed a thin, lanky figure standing on top of a tree branch without any support. But the video gets terrifying later, as this unidentified woman-like creature is seen raising her hands in the air. With demonic voices being echoed through the atmosphere, the locals describe the creature to be a Una Bruja. No one knows if the voices were of dogs howling or the witch herself. Information about the location and the cameraman were never disclosed to the public. Creature Party. On the edge of a port in an unknown location, local fishermen spotted a few unidentified entities all around the docked boats. Two of them were ghosts on top of the ship, with the one on the deck crawling on its hind legs, and the other one stood at the edge before jumping into the water. But strangely, it made no splash in the water, as the third entity was on the shore, walking weirdly below the wooden pier. This one, however, was brown, like it was covered with mud from head to toe. So many creepy entities all in one place makes this a rare creepy encounter. Gardening Monster. A Las Vegas family's quiet evening turned into a nightmare when they heard rustling sounds in their backyard. Investigating the noise, they spotted a humanoid creature hunched over, seemingly searching for something to eat, or worse. The creature's skin, described as a bizarre greenish-gray alienoid creature. Its long, claw-like hands and bony frame gave it a reptilian appearance, complete with a head that looked straight out of a horror movie. Terrified, the family called the police. But by the time authorities arrived, the creature had run away.
I believe I saw something, that wasn't like from Earth.
The encounter left the family shaken and wished they hadn't gone out empty-handed. Rakes running. While driving down a dark road, two friends encountered something straight out of a nightmare. Two rakes were seen rushing across a field on all fours, moving like wild animals. When the creatures noticed the car, they vanished into the darkness. The dashcam footage remains one of the most mysterious and chilling captures of these elusive beings. Cemetery Lurker. A woman visiting a cemetery had no idea she was being stalked by a deformed creature. A rake. With its long arms and eerie presence, the creature seemed drawn to the remains in the cemetery. The footage of the rake lurking in the background as the woman cried is both unsettling and haunting, leaving viewers to wonder what its intentions were. Let's jump right into our subscribers' pick of the day. It was late at night when this security camera detected movement and saw someone trying to climb over the wall. In the far side of the pool, a white figure can be seen just lurking over the edge, trying to look around for any humans. Even though the wall is not tall, The house was on a hill, so this cryptid had to be tall enough to easily scale this wall. It was pale, which is why the camera managed to pick up its movement. For a while it stayed there, with its ribs out, before disappearing back behind the wall.